7.
I still think we could have got it done. I still think we had enough to get it done.
It'll be interesting to see, who comes out on top, and then we got to go again next year.
Me included, Cece and I specifically said, hey, they're en route to potentially a dynastic run, which doesn't mean it's over, by the way, by any stretch of the imagination. They lost this year, and this season, according to SGA, was a failure. And I think post-game, really interesting conversation here that SGA started, the MVP ×2 over the last couple of years, described this season as a failure.
It was a failure. Like, I failed at my goal. Like, I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. But through my experiences, I learned the most about myself, and I make the greatest amount of increases I have in my career when I fail at my goal and don't get what I want. And I look at this no different. Like, I didn't get where I wanted to go this season. There's a reason for that. Now I have to look at that reason and try to make sure it never happens again.
Why did the Thunder fail this year? Per se, they failed. Why?
Because they didn't have a reliable second scorer going up against what was the best defensive team in all the playoffs. That's what it came down to. No J-Dub, no A.J. Mitchell. Chet Holmgren, as you mentioned, was a ghost. Had not one but 2 games where he scored in the single digits, only one made field goal in Game 7. For an all-NBA player, that's completely unacceptable, especially when you're down your second leading scorer. So, yeah, I think that's why the Oklahoma City Thunder fell short. They just didn't have enough firepower. They didn't have enough offensively. Alex Caruso did not play well in Game 7. He went 3 of 14 from the field, and Jared McCain was fine, but he wasn't performing at the level that we've seen him play at during the course of this series. So to me, it was about the shortcomings offensively for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort was a non-factor in Game 7. He was a non-factor the entirety of this series. It was too much on SGA. And I thought Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was brilliant in Game 7. I thought he played really good basketball, right? I know I've criticized him a lot with the flopping, but he didn't let the non-calls keep him from being a very productive player. But he just didn't have enough help. And no matter how good one individual player is, it's still a team sport. And when the rest of your guys, Case and Wallace aside, don't show up, it ends up being a problem. And it came back to bite OKC on Saturday night.
No doubt. Shai was amazing in Game 7. 35 points on 21 shots. He was awesome. And he didn't have the help that he normally has in this series. But his efficiency dipped, though, throughout the series as well. He wasn't consistently, versus San Antonio, the guy he's been. He averaged 25.9 points, 40.9% shooting, typically 31.1 points on 55.3% shooting. So not only was he lacking the assistance that he normally has, his production was not to the same level.
I think it would be very short-sighted to break this team up, and I don't think they're going to. Chet was awful. Chet was awful, awful, awful. And I think that there are ways of getting this team better without destroying the whole team. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I was them breaking up their big 3 of Shai, Chet, and Jalen Williams.
Okay, so that means that you're going to pick up Lou Dort's option and move him?
That's one option.
But how are you going to do that when Lou Dort is clicked up with SGA?
Yeah, well, SGA made it very clear. I'm not going to say anything to Sam Presti. You're going to say that? I mean, we'll see if you believe that.
Do you believe that?
Well, okay, there's ways out, not to get too deep, but there are ways out of a lot of these things, right?
Okay.
So you want to keep SGA, you want to keep Lou Dort, that's fine. You got to convince him we're going to decline the team option. That 17 or 18 million's got to come down to around 10 to 12. Mid-level, $12 million a year, and we'll sign him to a 3-year deal. Okay. Ihart is at $28 million. Isaiah Hartenstein, who played Wemby well, if there's a such thing as playing Wemby well. That $28 million, that's got to come down to around 20. And now we're going to do it over 3 years. Because now you have to extend Case and Wallace. And he's going to go into the starting lineup, and Lou Dort's now going to be a bench player. And then we're going to take 2 guys that don't play, in Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe, who combined for $20 million. And we're going to make a trade with another. Like, there are ways of doing it.
Teams would love having guys
100%.
like that in their rotation.
100%. Right? And maybe you do a 2-for-1 consolidation deal with a guy that can.
Those are 2 guys that can score 40 points on any given night.
That's right. Each?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have.
No, I know. It's crazy to say. Here's something, though, I will tell you. I believe the entire Giannis market is now in play. I don't believe it was before Saturday night. I don't think San Antonio was ever going to trade for Giannis. I think Oklahoma City is definitely going to be a team that will be mentioned with Giannis, and I don't think that that trade will ultimately happen, but I believe that the reason we have not seen any movement with Giannis is the entire market was not in play. I believe it is now. But I also believe one thing. Oklahoma City has a type, personality type. I don't think Giannis is that.
Why not?
They are, even in their losses, there's a smiling nature to them. There's a glass half full nature to them. There's like after the games.
Joy.
There's a joy. I think Giannis plays with that old school kind of anger, which I love. I love the way he plays and like how angry he gets and how like he doesn't want to associate with there's something great about that. I don't think that aligns with Oklahoma City. I think they made a very specific decision as to when they acquired Jared McCain because of who he is in addition to how he played. I just think when everybody's saying what's next for the Thunder, I don't know that Giannis is what's next for them. Could they get him? Absolutely. Do they have enough to get him? Of course. It wouldn't be Chet. It'd be J-Dub.
So the question is, as constituted, everybody healthy, do you think the Thunder have enough to beat San Antonio moving forward?
I do. I really do. Because they went to 7 with, as you said, 2 of their top 3 offensive players not there. And the guy you're paying $40 million to in Chet Holmgren was a disaster.
Yeah.
So let's just say you're ranking your intended top 3 players and then what has become your top 3 players with AJ Mitchell. And let's now make that to 4. 3 of your top 4 guys were zeros, and you went to 7 games. 3 of your top 4. Now, if you believe Chet is going to be a 0 every time he sees Wemby, i.e., remember the Raptors when they saw LeBron? Mm-hmm. Lowry and DeRozan, who are all-star players, just crumbled. Like, oh, my God, there's LeBron. Like, we can't play against him. And they made that trade.
Yeah.
Right? And no one said DeRozan was bad. It's just Kawhi's not going to crumble against LeBron.
Yeah.
If you believe that, then I don't have a leg to stand on. If you believe Chet is going to look at Wemby and be like, I can't do this. Like I've gone to my son's team's games, and he's 12. There's been kids in the layup lines for the other team dunking. Done. Their team was done. They had no shot of beating the other team because they were just mentally like, I can't compete with a guy
They're
at
dunking
12.
already.
They're dunking.
Yeah.
They're dunking. If you believe that with Chet, which it seems like I'm looking at you, CC, it seems like you may, then I don't have a leg to stand. Then they're in big trouble. Because I just...
Worst thing for Chet was winning that 19U championship.
Oh, my God.
Wemby. Worst thing that ever happened to him in his life.
Wemby's never going to forget.
If it was anybody else, I would agree with you that maybe you can get over that mental hurdle. I don't think Chet's getting past
Giannis,
the Wemby
then let's do it this way. We got to break in a second. But is Giannis the right move for the Thunder? Actually, hold that thought. We'll get to that coming up.